Beautiful people, today's video is about mastering the past. So a lot of people I meet carry an extremely heavy burden of past around with them. And it's like an anvil. You can feel it. You can almost see the physical anvil dragging around behind them. And the issue with that is all of that past energy, all that chemistry and blame or judgment or resentment about a past event severely limits you in this moment, in the now, to create a better life. And creation starts now. The only place you have ever been able to start new life or build something beautiful or mend a relationship is now. It's in the present moment. So when it comes to the past, the only thing that you want to carry is the teaching. You want to sift for the gift. And then you carry the wisdom from the past with you, and it makes you stronger. It's something you can share with other people, and you can use it to empower yourself in your own life. So what we do is we rehearse the story of the past. And without the gift, without that piece of gold, most of us, what we do is we run around trying to get attention. It's just part of the human condition, right? We just try and get attention or validation for our past, because the unconscious belief is, because we go unconscious, it's going to give us some sort of control or power in this situation, but it doesn't. What we're trying to do is get our needs met. We're actually just trying to get love from other people, but it's in an extremely limiting and unhealthy, toxic way. Toxic, literally toxic to the body, if you keep trying to feed your need in that way. So when it comes to the past, we've all been through stuff. We've all been through ups and downs. The ego likes to say, my past was worse. The ego loves to put that grade on things. But when you can get to compassion, when you can understand that we all fall down sometimes, we all know what it feels like to be hurt, every one of us, to have be let down, to experience sorrow, sadness, the passing of a loved one. This is why all the great spiritual teachers have put such emphasis on compassion, because then you relate to that commonality, that shared mortality and shared divinity that we all have, that we have with all expressions of life in this universe. So if it is to be, it's up to you and me. When you drop the past, okay, when you transmute it like an alchemist, and you turn the anvil into energy, into creativity, into expression, into power, you become the alchemist. Because that heavy burden of past, every time you switch on that stress response, we move into blame, you start judging others and blaming and resentment. What that does is that pulls from your field, your personal field, because it takes energy to turn on that chemistry, for you to feel that limited emotion, like resent that person. We know this. It's the fight or flight nervous system. You pull your energy resources to turn on chemistry, and this chemistry is so limiting, this biochemistry in your body, because you're just in resentment and judgment of someone else, something, some event in the past that you have no control over changing the past. You don't have a time machine. It's insanity. It's absolutely unconscious. But you have power now. In this moment is where you actually have power to change it, to grab that gift, to grab that diamond out of the event and become wiser and stronger because of your past. And then you can say thank you. And you can live in appreciation. Then you can get to gratitude. You move from grief to gratitude when you're prepared to look at it. But this only happens as consciousness starts to awaken. Until you start to expand consciousness, you don't even realize there's a choice. It's the subconscious programs, beyond conscious awareness, until you start to awaken and you can look at yourself. You can see the program You make the unconscious conscious, as Carl Jung said. Because if you don't, it dictates your whole life, and then you call it fate. It's not fate. The power is within you to change the world, not in my hands. Please don't look to your government. We've known for a long time they're useless. Politicians are useless. Don't look to anyone else. Put your own hand up. Have a look in the mirror. Ask yourself, what am I doing to contribute to the problem? What can I do to fix this? What do I want out of life? What's my purpose? What's my potential to accomplish that purpose? And then act accordingly. But all of this is only possible with awareness. You have to start bringing awareness into your day, into your reactivity, into your survival self, how you try and manipulate people to try and get love. We all do this. As I said at the start, it's the human condition. But there is a gold mine in your past if you know where to look for it. So you can either drop it, just drop it. Just let it go like you would drop any anvil or lead weight. Or you just go into it just for a moment, not lingering in the past. We're not going in some victim state here, but you can go in meditation into that place and you can pull the value. You can grab that gift that I was talking about. And as soon as the brain latches onto it, whoa, this is what I have in my life now. This is what I could create now. This is how I could be a better mother, brother, father, sister, friend, entrepreneur. Because of that event, then you're empowered. Turn off that chemistry, turn off the emotion, right? There's limited chemistry, it stops getting produced, and it goes back into energy. That's what inspiration is, inspired. Inspiration is the movement of energy up your spinal cord, and that's where we create from. That's where art and poetry and music and movies and these incredible discoveries, science, literature, it comes from energy. It comes from consciousness. But the first step is you. If it is to be, it's up to you and me, all right? So bring some awareness into how you carry the past. Catch yourself out. Because when you catch yourself out telling that story for the 40,000th time with your girlfriends at lunch to try and get acknowledgement, that presence, that observer, that consciousness that sees the program, that's the real you. And if you can look at your program, you can look at your survival self, then you've just disconnected from it. And that is the awakening consciousness. Keep following that path, and that's the path to enlightenment. That's what the enlightened path is. But you've got to become the observer first and have the courage to look inside, stare at yourself in the mirror, and accept that part of yourself, actually love the part of yourself that needed to try and get acknowledgement, that you were needing people to notice you and congratulate yourself for it. Seriously, well done. Mary, Bill, Jeff, Damien, congratulate it, feel it, bless it, feel gratitude for that part of yourself, but realize now it limits you and you don't need it anymore. You needed it when you were maybe a little kid, but with consciousness expanding, now you're aware of it, send it love, send it on its way, and turn that judgment and blame into gold. What's that saying? Bitterness is like drinking poison and waiting for the other person to drop dead. You might think that you're fixing the situation, like, yeah, this is going to sort it out. But you might have noticed that reactivity and yelling and blaming people has never fixed anything ever in your entire life, because the problem is in you. It's not out there. The world is your subconscious mind outpictured. Literally, the collection of your subconscious projected outward. That's what the world is. That's why I said you always want to ask yourself, what am I doing to contribute to the problem? So this is the enlightened path. You've got it within you. You can start the process right now. You can't start yesterday, it's gone. Don't worry about waiting until tomorrow, procrastinating, or just start now. You got this. If I can come from a crackhead, suicidal, basically die in a car accident, have my face cut off, shatter my spine, 44 bits of metal in my head, to where I am today and heal my brain and body and heal mental health, heal depression, then you can too. So that's why I make these videos. Anyway, sending you guys light and sending you love from beautiful Byron Bay, Australia. Peace.